Randwick. The light is on, and a field of 18 in the midway. Ready to run. Racing now. Mahogany was a bit tardy out off the inside, and Satnus jumped best. Satnus with a head in front from Irish Kisses. DiMaggio on the scene. Pharaoh's Reign right there on the rails. Then came Cuban Grand Chico, Invincible Legend, and Mahogany quickly improving. Then Star Impact, Cream rises the outside. A length and a half to Kingston Charm. Now Cut and a Dime's cast wide early. Up on the outside of Dr. Evil. Further back in the field then to Electrica from Mountain Guest, Kahawatia, Marianne, Olympic Theatre and Excited's last. So the big field go to the 1,000 metres, and DiMaggio got to the front. Satnus will have to sit up on the outside now. Cuban Grand Chico without cover third, tugging along. Pharaoh's Reign fourth, the rails. Then come Irish Kisses. Further back to Cream Rises in a three-wide position with cover. Then Mahogany from Invincible Legend, and Star Impact moves into the three-wide line as well. Further back to Mountain Guest, Electrica. Then Cut and a Dime. Further back to Olympic Theatre around Marianne, Kahawati, and Excited's last of all. 550 metres to go. DiMaggio after the good start. A narrow leader from Satnus. Then came Cuban Grand Chico. Pharaoh's Reign fourth on the inside of Irish Kisses. Clark pulling out on Cream Rises. Two further back to Mahogany, stoked up in restricted room. 300 to go. Satnus moved up to DiMaggio. Then Irish Kisses, Cream Rises, Cuban Grand Chico. Well, where to look here? Dr. Evil's running on. So's Electrica wide out. Game on at the 100. And Kingston Charm bursting through. Kingston Charm swept to the front late. Kingston Charm won it. Electrica second, maybe Dr. Evil third, a nose over Star Impact, close up Invincible Legend and Irish Kisses. Then came Mountain Guest, our Marianne, Pharaoh's Reign, Cream Rises, Olympic Theatre, Cuban Grand Chico, Satnus, DiMaggio, Mahogany, Excited, and a gap back to Cut and a Dime and Kahawati.
Well done, John. Well, first of all, Rhys Jones gave you a great ride.
He did. Outstanding from the draw. Perfect, really. Yeah, got into a nice spot, nice trail into the race, took all the shortcuts and got the job done.
You felt this mare was building up to something like this today?
Look, she's been going really good. Just been pulling in her races. Use the old Bart trick, put the Norton bit on, and it seemed to do the trick.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Rhys. Great ride, mate.
Yeah, cheers, thank you. A little bit of luck. The key to her today was just to get her to switch off and settle. She did that quite well. She jumped nicely, was able to get into a nice little midfield spot, just cuddled up and just bided my time and picked those runs and got the luck when I needed to.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You just need a little bit of luck, but once you got the luck at the 200, she dove through well.
Yeah, she showed a fine turn of foot. Getting back down in the weights today, she carried 52.5, and I think it really helped her. But she was terrific, and cheers to Dom and the owners to give me another ride on them.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, Corey.
Two down, Lizzie the favourite. Set to go. And they're racing. She's jumped out okay, two down Lizzie, and showing very good acceleration. She's looking for the lead and getting it from Nymphadora up on the outside. Silmarillion lands a good spot on the outside of Extreme Diva. Mike Drops firing up in the second half of the field. Reasonable Point the fence. Erno's Cube in a three-wide spot. Miss Bustlinger being restrained last of all. So two down Lizzie shows the way from Nymphadora at the 800. Extreme Diva third on the inside of Silmarillion. Further back to Reasonable Point. Mike Drops proving to be a real handful. Erno's Cube one off the fence now on the outside of Miss Bustlinger. 600 to go. Two down Lizzie. She wants to go faster. A half in front to Nymphadora. Then Extreme Diva travelling well on the inside of Silmarillion. Further back to Reasonable Point. Mike Drop. Erno's Cube pulling wide second last as they come up the rise. Two down Lizzie. Really being tested now by Nymphadora, and Silmarillion's chiming in nicely. Further back to Mike Drop. Erno's Cube. Extreme Diva needs to pick up. Silmarillion takes a narrow lead at the 200. Silmarillion ahead in front. Erno's Cube's thundering home. Two down Lizzie's fighting back doggedly. It's Silmarillion. Erno's Cube. Erno's Cube got there. Erno's Cube narrowly from Silmarillion. And two down Lizzie showed lots of fight on the inside third. A gap back to Miss Bustlinger from Mike Drop, who ran all right considering how hard she pulled in the run. Extreme Diva was next from Reasonable Point and Nymphadora.
Well, she's done a remarkable job. Her sixth start of the season. and hopefully there's more to come. Will there be more to come from this girl?
Definitely. She's still improving physically. Mentally, still doing plenty wrong. Obviously, from Maga, it was always going to be a bit tricky. She didn't help herself early. Once she got a bit off cover, she dropped the bridle. So a good effort to be able to quicken and to get a nose in front.
2 weeks from the slipper and, over a month to the Percy Sykes? Or is there a spelling paddock there?
No, see how she comes through it first. Obviously, the slipper is always tempting, but the boys seems to be better on the fillies this year. She was 2 weeks from the silver slipper. The right thing to do would be to give a bit of time and just go to Percy Sykes. But see how she comes through it. Obviously, it's a discussion to have also. Now she's a Group 2 winner. She's been going for a long time. She had a little pressure in between races, but she seems to be handling her racing very well.
So apart from just a little bit of a freshen, she's been going since well before the gym crack?
Yeah, she had 2 weeks after a gym crack where she was a bit disappointing. Obviously, did a few things wrong. She had a week in a paddock after Magic Millions, and that's what she does. She goes to Bong Bong after runs. Obviously, it's a great facility. She put her head down in a paddock for a few days, and that keeps her going like that. She's obviously very fresh. Keeps her fresh. She's very fit. Great to get a win for Mick Johnson's colours and that group of owners. Explosive Jack we're going to see next week.
Yes.
But yeah, that's good effort.
Good advertisement for the farm too, that these horses can go there and freshen up.
Oh, it is. And that's, we couldn't do that with a horse like that. If we didn't have Bong Bong, we probably wouldn't get the result we had today. And yeah, we've got a good team there with Ash and Matt. And yeah, we get the best out of them like that.
Well done.
Thank you.
Corey, there's something poetic for a Frenchman to say Bong Bong.
Bong bong. Congratulations, Jace. Pretty big win considering what she done wrong down the back.
Yeah, she's, as we keep saying, she's been a work in progress, this filly, and credit to the stable. She's been up since the first set of trials, the first 2 odd race of the season. She's continued to be in the setup until here, and now she's got a Group 2 win. So big plus, big credit to them.
Do you think it's a slipper horse?
Oh, look, she's qualified now, so she'll be worth a crack. She's in form, and although she still does a few things wrong, you'll get a good tempo on the slippers, so probably won't have to worry about that heat coming up on me early.
Well done, Jason.
Thanks.
We're ready to go in the Randwick City Stakes, listed over 2,000 metres. Light on. Good to go. And they're racing. Nice line out. Serpentine's jumped particularly well. Baidajon as well. Torren sent forward. Man's always handy on the rails from Military Mission and Canberra Legend. About midfield in a wide position. Then Steel Blaze, Diamond and Stockman's last. Bunchfield early and Serpentine continues to roll forward and takes the lead now from Torrens. Baidajon will settle third the rails, followed by Canberra Legend going forward, and it looks as though McAvoy will get in. Yes, Military Mission handed up there, so the favourite gets into fourth, 1 out, 1 back. A couple off to Military Mission on the outside of Manzois. Now Steel Blaze caught a bit deep from Stockman, and Diamond down on the fence last of all. Serpentine's been well back today, heads them up down the back by a length on Torrens. Baidajon gets the gun run third, and Canberra Legend getting a far more economical run today, travelling in a nice long rein for McAvoy in fourth. A length further back to Manzois. Then came Steel Blaze on a wide path and the outside of Military Mission, and the last two Diamond and Stockman. So 8 lengths covers them at the 1,000, and Serpentine charging along in the lead by 3/4 to Torrens. Then came Baidajon from Canberra Legend, length and a half Manzois, Steel Blaze, Military Mission between them, and a gap of 3 now to Diamond and Stockman as they race to the 700 metres. And Torrens is upping the tempo now on the outside of Serpentine, and they're in a real duel a long way from home. Baidajon, Canberra Legend in stalking positions. Then came Manzois from Military Mission, Steel Blaze. Stockman and Diamond give away big start. Stockman under plenty of pressure. Diamond is starting to improve. Serpentine, Torrens. Baidajon comes off heels. Canberra Legend starting to close in. Further back to Manzois. Military Mission and Diamond still 3 lengths away. Bois de races to a narrow lead. Canberra Legends not going well. Fighting back Serpentine from Bois de Manzois in third. Serpentine coming back on Bois de It's Serpentine being desperately ridden. Strong to the wire, and Serpentine beats Bois de and Military Mission wide out grabbed third. Then came Diamond from Manzois. Oh, Canberra Legend dropped out. No excuses there. Then came Torrens from Stockman and Steel Blaze was last.
Serpentine kept going by Clark. He dug in. And he's won first up today. Number 5, Tim Clark for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. Number 5, Serpentine. Too good for them. Waiting for the replays to line up these other numbers. You've got Bois de the grey, and Manzois looming up. And then you've got Diamil coming at them.
And Military Mission.
Serpentine will beat Bois de Military Mission not in the screen there yet. There it is there. Getting up outside Diamil and Manzois.
Boy, he's got a set of lungs on him, hasn't he? Torrens just drove him mad there from the half mile, and I thought, the first up, you're going to probably give up a little bit here, but he just keeps running, this horse. He just goes the one pace the whole way from 2,000 and even better at 2,400, maybe a little bit further. So a lot of merit in the performance, considering the pressure that was put on him. I thought he'd just put the pressure on them. But Bois de cruised to him, and you would have thought he's got him. He'll improve with the run, as will Military Mission. He's a bit of a worry, that Canberra Legend. He's very one-paced. So all honours, the winner did at both ends, and the marketplace was right about him today.
Well done, Adrian. A nice, tough effort. A great job first up.
Yeah, it was. Really, really honest performance from the horse. I think he's come back in great shape. We didn't give him long off the back of his previous preparation, so he's retained a good bit of residual fitness off the back of that, and I thought he'd be suited in these conditions today. I thought Tim set a lovely tempo throughout the race. He looked to be in a beautiful rhythm, and I thought the pressure came on quite a long way from home for the run that they had, and full credit to the horse. He pulled out plenty from there.
Might it be a Tancred Sydney Cup lead up?
Yeah, potentially. He's nominated for all those races, so we've kept all the options open for him. He hasn't quite stayed the 2 miles previously, but I do feel this is the best shape that we've been able to have the horse in, so I think we keep everything open.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations, Clarkie. They didn't hand it to you, mate.
No, he got into a nice rhythm early. Everything was sort of going beautifully until down the side where Torrens applied the blowtorch to him, and just sort of had to go with that horse without getting to the bottom of my bloke. And he was game late. He really fought hard, and he just wanted it more there late.
Yeah, when Chad come off your back, he looked like he was going to go straight past you, but he seemed to dig really deep the last 100.
Yeah, and obviously Chad had the soft running behind us as well, so he was entitled to go past us, but so full credit to my bloke, he was in for the fight.
Well done.
Thanks.
Cylinder beat him in the Todman, and Cylinder winning the Newmarket today in Melbourne. Racing now on the Fireball. Corniche was last out, and Facile wasn't great either. Facile back towards the rear of the field. Confess Our Dreams hit the gate running. Red Resistance mustering, exploring there on the white cap on the outside. Rush Hour rails into 4, followed by Infancy. Then came Facile improving. A length further back to Corniche. Keenan not going well. Ballroom Bella's back towards the rear as Red Resistance takes the lead. By a length now on Confess Our Dreams. Rush Hour third. Exploring 1 out, 1 back. Then came Facile from Infancy, 2 off to Corniche. Ballroom Bella and Keenan the rails last of all. Red Resistance has been off the scene for a year. Turns the corner. Red Resistance by a length on the filly. Confess Our Dreams exploring, moving up, followed by Rush Hour. Then came Infancy. Corniche down the outside. Facile going back towards the inside. Red Resistance with a bit of a kick at the 200 from Infancy striding up. Ballroom Bella down the outside of Corniche. Infancy takes the lead. Infancy a length clear from Corniche. Ballroom Bella Bella, and Infancy wins the Fireball. 3/4 to Corniche. Baller Bella third, followed by Keenan, who got going well. Then came Red Resistance, who weakened out the last 100. Further back to Facile, who blew it at the start, then Exploring, Rush Hour, and Confess Our Dreams.
Chris Lee's Infancy, he really had a dip of the toe into the deep end today. A much better race than what Infancy's been running in.
Yeah, look, Greg, she was just a fraction disappointing the last couple. We've been riding her up on speed, just give her a little freshen, and Dylan give her a beautiful ride. I thought she'd be a little further back, but he was able to cross a couple and stalk that hot speed, and she reacted really well. He timed it to perfection, and she's got a bit of black type next to her name.
She certainly is. So 1100 a day, and you're back in distance. Is she a real sprinting filly like that off the back of a hot speed?
Yeah, well, we stretched her out to 1400, I think, over the winter in Queensland, but this might be her go, just a little fresh and keep her a bit sharp.
Well done.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Dylan. Positioned up perfect.
Yeah, she did. Plan was to sort of neck her from the start, make sure she got cover, and she jumped like a rocket, so I was a bit worried it was going to be caught 3 wide or a bit too handy, but when I was able to slot in and come back that extra pair and let Kieran tuck in, she just gave me that much confidence through the run, and I know she was a roughie on the odds, but the way I come with the rides, I felt like it was on an odds-on chance.
She took good improvement out of the last run, but was she strong through the line?
Yeah, I think she was just floating around a little bit because she's got a real good turn of foot, and fair play to the team, I led on her and rated her nicely. She didn't kick off it much, and Chris took her back to the trials, gave her a nice smother, and we've repeated that here race day, and it's paid massive dividends.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Defence straight charge. Ready to go. Racing straight charge, left or right off the inside. Pretty level line out, Shangri-La Express there, but now straight charge musters and holds out Shangri-La Express, and Bodyguard goes forward in the gold cap. They're followed further back then by All Inclusive Switzerland, and getting right up the inside is Espionage. Espionage is railing through from Get a Fix and Bodyguard. They settle into stride. Straight charge can't get a breather here. The Queensland filly rushes forward on the outside. All Inclusive went up to harassed the favourite straight charge. Verlander took a sit in third. Then Shangri-La Express from Switzerland. Espionage on the rails from Get a Fix, and Bodyguard is last of all. Straight charge comes around the turn from All Inclusive. Straight charge and neck in front to All Inclusive. Then came Verlander, Shangri-La Express. Switzerland gets going. Get a Fix down the outside. Espionage is in a horrible traffic jam trying to bulldoze through. Straight charge races 2 lengths clear. Switzerland giving chase. Bodyguard's running on. Straight charge at the 150, straight charge, the legs by a length, but now Switzerland's digging in. Switzerland going home hard, and Switzerland will win the Todman. Switzerland by a length to straight charge. Shangri-La Express third, Bodyguard fourth, Espionage with traffic issues in the straight. A gap to Verlander, Get a Fix, and All Inclusive.
Okay, who rides what? Who rides what? Ryan Moore, you're watching. James McDonald's going to come back very, very soon. He's riding the 2 best colts in the land, James McDonald, in back-to-back weeks. It was Storm Boy, and now it's Switzerland. Well, Switzerland certainly threw down the gauntlet today, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a great field, and I think that's what makes the Golden Slipper so unique. In a very short time, all the horses have to come together, and you've got a taste of what will be on show in 2 weeks' time. It'll be an amazing race with the addition of obviously other paths as well. But today's field was as good as field that I've seen leading into a slipper for a while, and hopefully the form stacks up in 2 weeks' time.
And you don't want him peaking until 2 weeks' time. You brought him here today with plenty left.
Yeah, that's our natural way of training. So we haven't changed anything. We're just banking on the horse, letting the horse be a horse, and he's just kept improving with each run and putting on a bit of weight, strengthening up nicely, and enjoying himself, which I think is the most important thing for any horse, let alone a young horse.
Coolmore own the 2 favourites, or have got the major share in at least one of them, but 2 different trainers.
Yeah.
So how does the discussion go with James and we assume Ryan?
James will do what he's told because he's giving me a little bit of cheeking behind the scenes, telling me to hurry up. So I'll just make it last a bit longer. No, I'm not sure. I'm very lucky to be training for so many great owners, including Coolmore, and the beauty of that, they're well organised and they'll make their decisions.
Congratulations today.
Thank you.
And here he is.
Congratulations, Jay, mate. If you do have the choice, that must make it a hell of a lot harder after that win there today.
Yeah, it does. 2 different camps as well, so we'll see how it all plays out. But at the end of the day, they have the final call, and they'll put the rider on who they think suits the horse. And I hope I get the choice, but we'll see. It's so hard, you know. Like one draws 5 and the other draws 14. Well, then
you can't make the choice after the Barry draw.
I don't know. We'll see how much say I got.
How do you improve though today? He looked like he improved again. He looked like he's 2 lengths faster.
I worked him on Tuesday, and I walked off, and he worked with a really good horse, and he idled up and he does his work, switches off completely. Come in, and Chris said he's holding his weight, he's thriving under works, which it's a great sign, and he's just so economical in his action. Everything he just does it placidly and professionally. So he's a good horse.
Well done.
Thanks. James.
Racing now. Private Eye left the gates well together with House of Serenity. Zapata on the white cap going forward. Then Marzu. Remark hasn't got a great deal of speed. Passive aggressive. Half cap and settled back last. Now Private Eye's taken back to sit last with it. Zapata takes the front. Out by 2 lengths on Marzu. House of Serenity. Remark is using the rails to improve its position. Half cap and right behind coming one off. Then Passive aggressive. And Private Eye being ridden stone cold last of all. Zapata on the bend led the way from Marzu, House the Serenity. Then came Remark from half cap and between runners. Further back to Passive Aggressive. Private Eye still last with 300 metres to run. Zapateo being joined by Marzu. Marzu going after Zapateo. Passive Aggressive letting down. And then came Remark on the rails. Passive Aggressive went up to join Zapateo. Passive Aggressive just in front from Zapateo. Half cabin late. Passive Aggressive won the Challenge Stakes. Beat Zapateo on the fast finishing half cabin. Then Remark from Marzu. Private Eye couldn't accelerate today, and House the Serenity was last to finish.
What a comeback by Passive Aggressive. She won this race last year. She retired. She was going to the breeding barn, and she couldn't get into foal, so she went back into work. And what a plan to get her back here to this race and win it again. Passive Aggressive, Jordan Childs and Graham Begg. Doesn't he know how to target a Sydney race in his old hometown? 6 Passive Aggressive, Zapateo second, Half Cabin third, then either Marzu and Remark, then Private Eye, who got way out of his ground today, and House the Serenity.
Yeah, well, there's none better really than Graham Begg targeting a race, I don't think. And what a valuable man she is. And to bounce back first up after such a long break and win this race again was just unbelievable. She can go ahead and be very competitive in whatever he wants to target her for before she has another crack at stud. So she was brilliant there. What do you want to say? Zapateos took up the running and stuck on well. Half cabin, he just got held up for one stride, losing a touch of momentum. He was fantastic, considering it's his first try at 1,000 metres, and he's in for a big prep. And I thought he did a good job to get as close as he did, Private Eye. He just seemed to hit a flat spot after already having had a run at 1,000 metres. He just lost the speed of the race when he was just had to go back and get in behind them, and then they sprinted and left him. But he was good late. Don't mark him down on that. But a class mare, this.
56.61, 33.78. Jack Lake is here for Graham Begg, travelling foreman. That must really excite the stable to have her back and to do that.
Absolutely. Since day one, she's always been a class horse, and it was disappointing when she had to be retired, and when she couldn't get in foal and she'd come back in work. She's just been terrific since she's come back in, and after having almost a year off, probably thought she could have been very vulnerable late, but she very gallant through the line, so very impressive.
And did you see the same old passive-aggressive when you started to do more work with her?
Absolutely. She a bit of a cranky mare at times, so the fitter she gets, the more wound up she gets, and more of becomes more of a bit of a typical mare sort of thing. We're just rapt to have her back, and I don't think she could have been any more impressive there.
This has been a long-range plan, hasn't it?
Absolutely, especially for when she come back in. Of course, she travelled up here last year and won this race, so you follow history. It seems to be a good guide.
Yeah, great job, well done.
No worries, thanks, mate.
Jack Lake representing.
Well done, Jordan. That was a nice enough win.
Yeah, it was. It's definitely great to come back and go back-to-back in that race.
She looked like she got into a bit of a tricky position down there, the 600.
Yeah, the plan was to go forward, but she just didn't begin as well as what she usually could. So I elected to come back and find some cover, and there was just a bit of jostling for positions. So I just probably ended up a pair further back than where I really wanted to be, but I was able just to really let her find her feet, travel into the straight, and then once I pressed that button, she let down really well. So, very good win.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Here we go, Group 1 Canterbury Stakes.
There's the light for the Group 1 Canterbury Stakes. Ready to run. Racing. Espiona flopped out of the gates last. Malkovich began very fast, as did Cold Crusher on the outside. Malkovich leads a half to Cold Crusher. Bandersnatch goes to third from Pericles. Lady Laguna, think about it. Espiona down on the fence last of all. Malkovich at a controlled speed at the 1,000. Only a half length in front of Cold Crusher, who's getting closer on the outside. 3 off to Bandersnatch on the outside of Pericles. Then came Lady Laguna, and the 2 favourites back last. Espiona on the insider, think about it. So it's Malkovich just in front of Cold Crusher, only ahead between them at the 700. Still 2 or 3 lengths away to Bandersnatch. And now think about it. Clipperton puts him into the race. Think about it goes to a clear third. Espiona still sits back last. Malkovich leads around the turn. Cold Crusher revved up. Think about it third, followed by Pericles. Lady Laguna getting to the outside. Now Espiona, she's 3 behind. Think about it. At the 300, Malkovich trying to cling on. It's Malkovich from Cold Crusher. Think about it. Lady Laguna and Espiona with a last shot at them. Lady Laguna hits the lead. Lady Laguna got a length in front of Think About It and Espiona, and Lady Laguna causes an upset in the Canterbury Stakes. Lady Laguna by a length and a half. Photo second, Think About It and Espiona. Pericles fourth in front of Cold Crusher, then Bandersnatch and Malkovich.
Lady Laguna upsets the apple cart of the 2 favourites. Tyler Schiller gets his second Group 1. Annabelle Neesham, her 9th career Group 1 victory. Lady Laguna, this ultra-consistent girl, has finally reached the top of her mountain, winning a Group 1 Canterbury Stakes to go along with her other black type successes. Tyler Schiller trying to keep her straight. Think About It and Espiona behind Lady Laguna today.
Wow, what a moment for her connections. A very fit mare. She's done a great job and continues to hold her form, if not get better. She was amazing there to beat that field. It's close. He might have got the bob back down there for second. Think About It and Espiona. Had to give a bit of a start, but she was there at the right time to pounce. But all about the winner. She was back with them. Found Think About It's back, peeled off it, and out sprinted him. The bookies get the whole lot there. The whole lot.
I think it was a terrific ride by young Tyler Schiller. He obviously knew where he had the 2 favourites. He could have dropped in onto the fence probably around about the half mile there, but he elected to stay 1 off and sort of just take the speed out of the race a little bit for the 2 behind him. But yes, it was a very, very smart ride. Congratulations, Tyler. Second Group 1. Well done, buddy.
Thanks, mate. Oh, it feels as good as the first time, but geez, I actually thought she was going to get rounded up late, but she just kept kicking, and She was pretty strong for the 13. She's not a renowned 1300 metre horse, but she was too good for him there.
It was a great ride. You obviously knew you had the two favourites behind and you just took the speed out of the race a little bit, but it just set up well when Think About It took off around them.
Yeah, I would have loved to have actually stayed in behind Bandersnatch or be in advance of him early, but it was a bit of fly in the ointment, but it gave me a lovely rein transit, and once I pulled into the lane, I just had to travel her up the rise, and she was too strong from late.
How good is it when a plan comes off?
Oh, it's unreal, isn't it?
Well done, buddy.
Thanks, Hugh. Thanks, mate.
Congratulations. What about this girl?
Oh, Group 1 winner. I can't believe it because she's so tough, but yeah, it's just fantastic.
She got forgotten about today.
Yeah, she did a little bit, I thought, because she's so fit. She's just racing out of her skin at the moment, and we've been so happy with her at home. So I was quietly confident, particularly as some of the others were. Obviously, the favourite was first up as well. We just thought it might just be a day to try and get a Group 1. And yeah, phenomenal job by the team because she's been up a while, but yeah, she's an iron woman. She's so tough.
She's been very good. She has got better. Was there a light switch moment for her at all?
Not really. I mean, she's ran in a lot of good races. She ran in the Slipper as a 2-year-old. She came back last year. She was running in races like the Arrowfield. She's always been there or thereabouts, but without a doubt, she's as a 4-year-old gone to another level. And
You've got that winning feeling.
yeah, she's just, when you get a mare in form like that, they're hard to stop.
Could you back her up in the Coolmore?
I could do. I'll talk to Terry and Gus and the team. We kept Tyler booked for that race in case we did want to do that, but yeah, we'll get her home and see. But yeah, massive well done to the team and also to OTI, who have been supporters of mine ever since I started training. So really good to get a Group 1 for them.
What about this boy right here?
Thanks, Val.
Yeah, amazing ride. I thought he might be just behind the leaders, and Tyler he said, I think I'll end up a pair further back than that, and he was spot on. And when the favourite came around him, I actually was happy when I saw that.
Were you?
I was. I thought we could get onto the back of that, and she's won very soft in the end, and it was a peach of a ride.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
Flindell for the Randwick Guineas.
Guineas, there's the light. Militarizer short favourite. Racing now. Ducasse left the gates well. So did Les Vampires towards the inside, and Les Vampires going to lead. Gambare going forward together with Fukabana, and then came Chaya Wolf plonked down on the rails. Militarise settles in fifth. Then came Ducasse from Tom Kidd and NCAP, and Celestial Legends caught wide in the early part. And a gap back in the field to Cosmic Lad and Cafe Millennium. So Les Vampires shows the way narrowly from the stablemate Gambare. Fukabana over racing in third. Then Chaya Wolf together with Ducasse. A length and a half to Militarise. Celestial Legend's gone forward now and has got himself in front of Tom Kitten in the run. NCAP's buried down on the fence. Cafe Millennium second last one off. And the roughie of the field, Cosmic Lad, sees them all. Inside the 800 metres, Fukabana's travelling keen. So given more rain now, and Fukabana took the lead away from Les Vampires and Gambare. A gap further back to Ducasse and Chaya Wolf. Celestial Legend just a fraction deep there on the outside of the favourite Militarise. Then Cafe Millennium, Tom Kitten is well back on the inside of NCAP as they come around the turn. Fukabana shows the way by a length and a half to Gambare. Then came Les Vampires. Now Militarise goes. Celestial Legend goes from Cafe Millennium, and Tom Kitten's cluttered up. Celestial Legend raced up to join Militarise. On the outside, Cafe Millennium. Tom Kitten looking for room. Saves NCAP. It's Celestial Legend. Celestial Legend with the head in front. Celestial Legend kicking. Cafe Millennium lunges. Miss Celestial Legend. What a brave win in the Randwick Guineas. Won it from either Militarise or Cafe Millennium. Then Ducasse, Gambare, Tom Kitten, NCAP, Chaya Wolf, Les Vampires, Cosmic Lad. Last to finish was Fukabana.
What a brave win by Celestial Legend, who does it for his legendary trainer, Randwick's own Les Bridge. And Karen McAvoy, the old team back together again. They won an Everest here with Classic Legend. And what fight did this 3-year-old colt by Dundeel show today? Militarised went with him. They had a great tussle coming towards the home turn. The big surprise, though, is the big horse, Cafe Millennium, who has jumped out of the ground today to run third. What a great renewal of the Randwick Guineas.
Oh, what a win. What a win. He went forward, he went back, he went forward. He got into a duel with McDonald. He tried to pull McDonald's pants down. McDonald would have nothing to do with that. And he did a lot more work than the second fella there. And boy, oh boy, he's a good horse. I think it's a done deal with him for his future, I can tell you that much. It's going to be huge, maybe a Doncaster mile, and who knows, the sky's the limit. Cox Plate type of horse, militarised, went down fighting. And Cafe Millennium, well, he's come right into the Rosehill Guineas picture there for sure.
Couldn't agree more, Ronnie. I thought that was an outstanding win by Celestial Legend. It's easy after the event, but his parade in the enclosure this afternoon was absolutely outstanding. He just seemed to improved out of sight. He was well up underneath himself. He was like just having a real buzz about him. So again, it's easy after the event, but what a terrific win.
They've run time 1:33.94 and the last 635.37. The two sons of Dundeel have quineled this race. Celestial Legend gets his first Group 1 victory on the board, beating Militarised. Third home Cafe Millennium and fourth home number 2 Tom Kitten. 3, 1, 10 and 2. Wait for Lesbridge to come and tell us how good this horse is. And then Karen McAvoy.
Yeah.
Didn't make it easy for Karen out there, Corey.
No, not at all, Greg. It was actually a really, really good ride. Well, when I say good ride, mid-race he was having sort of no luck. He ended up finding one's back 3 wide with a bit of a trail, but then that horse ended up popping in and getting into one off the fence, so he's exposed again. But it just goes to show when jockeys know the horse is back to front. He didn't panic when he got into the bumping duel with J-Mac. He just let it all unfold and take it in his grasp. But a great ride, but a terrific win by this horse.
And Bon Ho here to walk the horse back into the enclosure after the victory. Let's go and find Les after that performance. How does that make you feel?
Better than before the race.
You had him spot on, Les?
I always get him spot on, mate.
What about in the run when he was 3 deep?
I thought he was gone.
Really?
I didn't think he could win.
Doing too much work?
I'll have a look. They bustled him and pushed him at the turn, and that's an incredible run.
Yeah. Great determination down the straight when he got into a dogfight.
He's just a beautiful animal, that's all.
And the best is yet to come?
I'm only just scratching the surface with him. I told him the other day that.
Another Group 1 win for you, and at your home track of Randwick must be special too.
Well, it keeps me out of the old men's home, doesn't it?
It gives you something to do, Les.
It does.
And this horse is going to give you something to do for some time. Are you thinking Doncasters with him?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll run him in the Doncaster. If he pulls up all right.
Yep.
Yeah, be nice to win with him.
And Bon Ho's, he's loving this, isn't he?
He's been marvellous to me, you know. He's kept me going, you know. Give me beautifully bred yearlings to train, and I just hope this repays him in some small way.
What about here at home at Randwick? Are they more special here at this track, Les?
This has been my home since I was 15. I'm 86, going on 86, so it is special.
You've got another special horse. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good on you.
Congratulations, K-Mac. Nothing went to plan, but he still had the audacity to stick his head out.
Yeah, he did. It was a tough win, Brownie. I didn't really have a plan. I said to Les and Bon, look, I've got to just see how it unfolds. And he jumped well and put himself midfield. And I had some cover early. I thought, perfect. I've got the back of Tyler on Jackass. But then at the 1,000, they went a bit quicker, and that sort of that cover evaporated, and I was left sort of working a bit harder because they were going quicker. And then J-Mac muscled me out on the corner. I just had to regroup and try to be last one off the bridle, which he was, but a real tough effort.
Considering he never really got a breather at all.
Not really, no. He did. They didn't go that quick through the first part, but then they stacked it on from the 1,000. So tough effort, huge job by Les,
he's a master. We know that.
Well done, buddy.
Thanks,
Just one more before you go. I just spoke to Les. He said he gave up. He didn't think he could win from where you were.
Yeah, well, you know, I asked him early in the day, I said, what do you reckon? He said, you're effing riding it, I just train it. So I said, right, I live with me.
Leave it with you. Well done.
Thank you.
There he is, Kieran McAvoy and Les Bridge, and they'll go and chat about that and other things. 3-1, 10 and 2 after the Guineas.
Run. The light is on. The big field is set. Ready. And they're racing. The favourite Lekvart was last out along with Yankee Hustle, and Rebel Rama jumped well. Podium Queen being sent forward today. They're the two leaders in the early part. Osmo's next. Little Mix improving. Thalassophile settles fifth, although Queen Maker quickly moves up on the outside. Followed by Blackcomb on the inside. How Good Are You? Pirossa back about midfield. Then Premise on the rails. Lekvart slicing through one off the fence, so Dazzling deeper out. Further back to Gonchurin snatched up, who sits well back now with Yankee Hustle. They're followed by City of Lights the outside. Principessa and Ita is the last one. So Podium Queen takes the running. Podium Queen on top, up to the mile today, led by a length on a Little Mix, and up on the outside is Queen Maker, followed by Rebel Rama on the inside of Osmos, Thalassophile covering a bit of ground. Further back to Blackcomb on the inside of How Good Are You? Pirossa deeper out. Further back to Premise, Lekvart, Gonchurin 3 out. 2 lengths then to City of Lights, Yankee Hustle, Principessa, and Ita sees them all. 550 metres to run. Podium Queen, a narrow leader coming around the corner from Little Mix, and on the outside is Queen Maker. Then came Rebel Rama from Osmos, Thalassophile pulling out. So Dazzling under a punishing ride as the widest as they come up the rise. Podium Queen in front by a length and a half. Getting up the inside, Rebel Rama with Osmos. Little Mix is grinding away. Lekvart's coming off heels with a good run at the 200. Rebel Rama went up the inside. Premise finishing hard, and now Lekvart surging down the middle. Good win. Lekvart won the aspiration quality, beat Osmos. Photo for third, Rebel Rama and Premise. Then How Good Are You closing off with Thalassophile, Pirossa, City of Lights, Yankee Hustle. Then Blackcomb, Podium Queen, So Dazzling, Queen Maker, City of Lights, Gonchurin, and Principessa was among the tail enders.
It's been an up and down day for Joe Pride today, but Lekvart back into winning form. She started the preparation with wins at Newcastle, Rosehill, and then a win in the Battle of the Turf. She had a little bit of time off. She resumed over 1,300 in the Millie Fox, and now straight back up into the mile, straight back into the winners list, and scores nicely. Now second home is going to be Osmos. Then was it Premise up on the rails? Was Premise up on the rails there, Ronnie?
Yes, it was. And I think there's another one there as well.
Was it Rebel Rama?
Rebel Rama's right there, Premise is right there, and obviously Osmos is up there as well, running second, I think. But
yes.
Geez, everything went. She jumped from 12 and just found beautiful cover the whole way, and just took that split down the crown, as we know here at Randwick, and she was just perfectly set up for the Group 3 here today. Just freshen, back to 13, back to mile, and she is far too good. Look, it's close for the third there. You've got Rebel Rama who ducks up there. You've got Osmos getting up on the inside as well, and Premise, a much better run from her. And it'll keep for another day. This City of Lights coming from a mile back, running midfield there. She'll keep for another day when she steps up in distance.
Tommy Berry comes back after winning on Lekvart. Great training performance by Joe Pride, getting back up to the mile, second up off a 58-day break today. So a Belle of the Turf and an aspiration.
You're on your Benny boy.
Number 8, Rebel Rama got third. Number 10, ran fourth, Premise. So it's 4, 3, 8 and 10. 135.36, home in 34.3. Was a half length the winning margin. All right, Corey's going to have a chat to Tommy Berry after winning the Group 3 mile.
Congratulations, Tommy. That set up well from a bad barrier.
I don't know about that. I was in the middle of the ruck just thinking where we're going to go, but I just banked on her ability, had to ride a patient, and knew I had a horse with a better turn of foot than anyone else in the race. And just a great thrill to do it for Brad and Benny, good friends of mine, and they've been waiting to get horses like this for a long time, so it's awesome.
Mate, she looked like she sort of had a bit more spark about her today in the enclosure.
Yeah, she did. She was like that in the enclosure, but she got out there and she was quiet again. And no matter how much I try and wake her up in the barriers, she just flops out. So she doesn't really give herself a chance in the early stages. But when you've got a mare that can let down like that, go bumps a lot of doors. I know she'll probably get too light a weight for me next week, so I won't be pushing for her to go there.
Well done, bud.
Cheers, thanks, mate.
Dispatched, running into the setting sun. The light is on and we're ready to go. Stand by for the last at Randwick. The gates open. Powerful Peg jumped well. Porcari Kari's putting on a turn out of the gates. Is going to settle a long last. And after the good start there, Eagle Nest is right up on the speed. Eagle Nest going forward, together with Byron Bell and Queen of the Ball, is starting to improve on the rails. Tin Tookie lands a good spot fourth. They're followed then by Wee Nessie just behind the speed. Further back then, over on the inside is Say Magique together with Cool Die Deeper. Out two off to Miss Hellfire Rosita. Powerful Peg out wide with Street Gossip. Rain Beal is well back in the field, followed by She's All Class. And last of all is Porcari Kari. Tin Tookie's well back. No, Tin Tookie's up running third as they come around the turn. Byron Bell went up on the inside of Eagle Nest, and Tin Tookie starting to chime in. Queen of the Ball behind them, followed by Wee Nessie. Further back to Call Die. Powerful Peg making ground. Tin Tookie got to the front of the 200. It's Tin Tookie a length in front from Wee Nessie. Say Magique coming through. Tin Tookie in front though from Say Magique going to second. And Tin Tookie wins the last. Good end of the day for Brad Widdop. Say Magique second. Wee Nessie third. Rain Bill rattling home. Miss Hellfire close up. Followed then by Diamond Dealer wide out from Powerful Peg. Porcari Kari, Queen of the Ball. Eagle Nest got a bit tired, followed by Rosita, well back Byron Bell, Street Gossip, and She's All Class.
He's a very good trainer, Brad Widdop. He backed this mare up after last week at Royal Randwick, having a crack at a Group 3, and he's been rewarded. And McAvoy caps off a very memorable day for the hoop. He's well and truly back in form, Corey. Kerem McAvoy.
Terrific form, and I love to see when riders are out of form like he was, say 6 months ago, go back to the provincial meetings and ride themselves back into form, and he's riding better than ever.
Say Magique, Wee Nessie, Rain Beal. That'll be the order, Duff.
She jumped cleanly today and found that beautiful position with a confident rider on board. Say Magique just was on her back and just got held up for a fair while behind that back when the gap was shown, and just took her a while to warm up. She just gets held up at a vital stage here by Wee Nessie, and then when she gets out, she takes a few strides to get going. So maybe we can make a little excuse there, but the winner's just a racehorse. She's got that form around our Kobe son, and good luck to you if you were quick to react there on Wednesday to get the big price, because you got massive overs.
13, 3, 6 and 15. 108.81 they've run. 108.81, 33.96. 1 length, 3/4. 13, 3, 6, 15. And here comes Brad Widdop. He's been waiting all day for this big finish. What a big finish. Hawkesbury Provincial Midway Championships into Tin Tookie into a Group 3. Well done.
Yeah, no, it's great. Full credit to all my staff back at home. It's been a great day, and it's their reward, but it was hard to watch last week, I tell you, but it's nice to watch this week.
Especially when she was bolting coming up over that rise.
Yeah, landed the great spot, and look, that's the benefit. Kieran knows that she began well. And yeah, look, she was good under the weight.
What did she do? She have an easy week? What do you do with a mare like that when you're getting her ready for another race?
Oh, look, they're all a bit different, and with her, I didn't do a lot. Some you got to keep an eye on and have to do something, but she was pretty straightforward, and like last week was only a gallop.
What are you going to do now?
I'll have to have a think about it, but look, she's Group 3 winner. We paid 30 grand for her, so she's been a great advertisement for the stable and been very consistent. Great bunch of owners, they're friends and family, and I'm wrapped.
That's great. What'd you pay? 30?
Yeah, I wish we could find another one.
Go looking.
Thanks.
Good on you. 30,000. She's already, it's up until today, she'd won 353,000. That race worth $250,000. So she's, what is she, $500,000 now? No. Getting close, if not there. And what is she worth now being a Group 3 winner? Oh, I couldn't see you there. Where are you?
You'll have to slip that young boy 100 today.
No, you'll get more than that, don't worry. He'll be up in the fees.
She had nothing go right the other day, but everything seemed to fall into place today.
Yeah, didn't give her one of the best of rides last week, and thanks to Brad for putting me back on and backing her up. Good call. She was able to utilise and get a better start today and utilise the draw, and she travelled well throughout and was able to kick and give a nice finish coming home. She was down on the limit with 53, getting a nice weight pull off a few of those better performing mares, but she's improving all the time.
Yep. Well done, mate. Great day.
Thanks, mate.
And that wraps things up here after the Winona Girl